Season 2 of Squid Game is packed with references, secrets, and interesting details. For example, from the beginning, the frontman left many clues that revealed him as a traitor, but Gi-hun never realized it. I'll tell you all about that here. Today on CharlieTales, we'll explore new curiosities and secrets from Squid Game Season 2. Ready? Keep watching. In several scenes, the frontman revealed that he was an infiltrator, but Gi-hun didn't notice. I'll tell you about it now. In the six-legged game, player number 1 had the mission of spinning a top, but he failed 3 times. This discouraged everyone, but in the end, he succeeded on the 4th attempt. The interesting thing is that if we look closely, in the first 3 attempts, he spun the top with his right hand, and after failing, he tried with his left hand and succeeded. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Indeed, the frontman is left-handed and only used his right hand to waste time and pretend to be bad at the games. In fact, if we look at several scenes, we'll notice that the character always uses his left hand for everything. Even if we go back to Season 1, we'll notice that he used his left hand to shoot his brother at the season finale. He's left-handed. That's why he failed with the top when he used his right hand. This season, we saw the death of the recruiter. His life ended when Gi-hun defeated him in the Russian roulette game, and the recruiter shot himself. The interesting thing is that all of this was foreshadowed in the first season. When Gi-hun met the recruiter in Season 1, the first thing he did was point a toy gun at him. Since then, they were already hinting that the recruiter's life would end by a gun, and that Gi-hun would be standing before him. When Gi-hun watches over Sang-woo's mother, we can notice that she owns a fish market. But the most interesting part is that on the upper right side, there's a sign with some Korean letters. If we translate it, it says Sang-woo's Fish Market. Let's remember that Sang-woo died at the end of the last season. He loved his mother, but was never able to return to her. This detail makes it clear that his mother still remembers him, even though Sang-woo disappeared 3 years ago. She never forgot her son, and that's why the fish market bears his name. You can see this curiosity yourselves if you watch the scene with subtitles, as Netflix kindly translated the sign for us. But you have to activate the subtitles. During the carousel game, we hear a very catchy song. In previous videos, I already told you that this is a children's song from South Korea. However, there's more to it. In the scene, we see Thanos and his friend dancing wildly while holding each other's arms. At first, I thought they were just dancing aimlessly, but they're actually mimicking the dance moves from the children's song. Look for yourselves. The movements are identical. In Korea, children also spin in pairs while holding each other's arms. In several scenes, when players die, Gi-hun looks at them with sadness. If we pay attention, in those moments, player 01 stares at Gi-hun with a certain disdain. This happened during the six-legged game and can also be seen in the carousel game. This has a powerful context. The frontman joined as a player to watch over Gi-hun, but also did so because of a bet they made in the limousine. Gi-hun is a man who has faith in humanity. He always sees the good in people and cares for everyone. That's why he spends his time saving players and is pained when someone dies. The frontman believes the opposite. He thinks humans are evil and hypocritical. He says everyone would be capable of killing if necessary. That's why in these scenes, he looks at Gi-hun with disdain, as he despises how he cares for others. This takes on more significance in the final episode when Gi-hun devises a plan to attack the guards. But to achieve it, he needs to sacrifice his teammates. At this point, the frontman smiles because he's pleased to see Gi-hun finally give in and prove he's capable of killing innocents to achieve a goal. For the frontman, this is where he wins the bet. When the North Korean girl sleeps in her car, she's interrupted by someone handing her a Squid Game card. We don't see this person's face, but we can tell they're wearing a black suit and tie. But who is it? According to many fans of Korean culture, this person is actor Lee Min-ho, famous for the series Boys Over Flowers, and many others. But what's the evidence? In the scene, we can hear the character's voice, and many fans are certain they recognize the actor's voice. Listen for yourselves, and let a fan of the actor share their opinion in the comments.
옮길게요.
강노을 씨, 강노을 씨.
니들 김장해 본 적 있어? 없지?
강노을 씨.
If Lee Min-ho were to participate in the series, he could take the recruiter's place, who died at the beginning of the season. An actor of this popularity would be ideal for Season 3 of Squid Game. Additionally, in the scene, the character is wearing a suit just like the previous recruiter. In the carousel game, we have a very emotional moment when player 125 betrays his friend. He does this through a rock-paper-scissors game. The betrayal is very sad, considering this girl was the only one who was kind to the young man, yet he still abandoned her. All of this seems to be a recreation of Sang-woo's tragic betrayal of Ali in Season 1. Let's remember that Sang-woo tricked him in the marbles game, which led to his elimination. That was one of the most painful deaths of the season. Moreover, player 125 let this girl die later when Thanos' friend attacked her. He could have helped her to make up for his mistake, but he didn't. According to the series director, this player is the most human in the season and represents what any normal person would do in extreme situations like those in Squid Game. At the start of the carousel game, Thanos performs a rather peculiar dance. Here we see him constantly waving his arm. This isn't just any dance move. In real life, Thanos is played by a popular singer and dancer known as Top. He was part of the musical group Big Bang. This group has a song called Bang Bang Bang, and the dance move Thanos performs comes from this song. You can see they're identical. In fact, according to the production team, Top was asked to improvise his dance scenes, and apparently, the actor thought it would be a good idea to do iconic moves from his musical career. Many of us wonder what the next game will be in Season 3. According to the post-credits scene, there will be a challenge involving the same doll from the first game, but adding a male doll. Theories have been popping up everywhere, but one of the most popular is that these images correspond to a game called Jack and Jill. This game essentially consists of players climbing a hill to fetch water from a well using 2 buckets, one in each hand. Then they must descend the hill with the buckets full without spilling the water. The game is simple, but if adapted to Squid Game, it's likely the dolls will detect player movement, and the traffic light we see will force players to stop and go, just like in the first game of the season. Of course, anyone who moves when they're not supposed to will be eliminated. Recently, news spread that actor Leonardo DiCaprio will have a cameo in Squid Game Season 3. According to the Korean portal Osen, his role is a secret and will be quite small. This news has spread all over the internet. In response, Netflix stated that the information is false. But who's right? I include this news among the curiosities because, to me, DiCaprio's cameo makes sense. The actor has repeatedly declared himself a big fan of the series and has said he'd love to participate in some way. Evidently, Netflix would never admit they have a cameo planned for him. That would ruin the surprise. Personally, I think if Leonardo DiCaprio were to join Squid Game, it would be as a VIP, one of the wealthy individuals who only appear during the finals of the games. Last season, all of them were American and had very brief appearances. This would be the perfect role for Leo. But what do you think? That's all for today. If you liked the video, you'd really help me out by leaving a like. That would be legendary. Also, remember to subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and I'll see you in the future.